in this video, we are going to clean my stove. That was a little dirty. It was very dirty, actually. We're going to clean it a little bit, then we're going to get into the cooking portion of the video, so you can skip ahead if you're just here for the recipe, or you can just stick around and watch the whole video if you just want a little bit of cleaning motivation as well. And also, I do want to tell you, I know we just spoke about sofrito and we had the recipe, all wonderful stuff. But if you don't have any sofrito at home, or you just don't want to make it, honestly, it's fine. You can still use the other ingredients that I will be naming in the video as well, and your beans are still gonna come out very delicious and tasty, and you're gonna love them. You don't need the sofrito, so if you don't have it, don't feel like, oh, I can make it because I don't have that one ingredient. You are fine. You are still gonna be able to make it. Also, you can use the ingredients of the sofrito just chopped fresh. You don't need to blend them all together if you don't like. You can just go and have fun with this. It's going to be a fun recipe, very quick and very basic for your Caribbean dishes. We're going to be needing 4 main ingredients, and there's a lot of ways that people do these type of seasonings, but I'm going to show you just a basic one. It's a very basic sofrito recipe that is still going to give you that taste that you're looking for when you're looking for authenticity in your food. So the first ingredient we're going to need is going to be onions, and we're going to be, in our minds, we're going to be creating sofrito, and it's going to be 8 ounces. So for 8 ounces of sofrito, we're going to be using 1.5 onions. I prefer the yellow or white onions. You can use the one that you have at home or whichever onion you prefer. We're going to be doing that. Then we're going to be needing green bell pepper, and I am going to show you right here everything that you need so that you can write it down and then go shopping for it. If you have it, you just grab it from your fridge and start doing this. Pause this video, resume so that you can continue to make it whatever you prefer, whatever works for you. So we're going to be needing the onions that I stated already. We're also going to be needing a green bell pepper, and I'm going to be using half of it. I don't really like a lot of the taste of the green pepper, but I know with all the other ingredients it just goes very well, so I still use it in my sofritos. So I'm going to be using half of it, and you just kind of chop it. You can chop it in half or however you prefer. Then we're going to be needing garlic cloves, fresh garlic cloves, and we're going to be using 3 of them for these this specific portion of 8 ounces. We're also going to be using cilantro, fresh cilantro, and an optional item would be tomatoes if you like. I don't like to use tomatoes in my sofritos because I feel like they go bad faster than the other ingredients in the list. So I'm just going to stick with the ingredients that I listed here, and I'm going to leave that tomato for another day. I use it in my recipes, just not really in my sofrito mix. So what we're going to do first, you're going to be putting your onions in your blender. Now I use a blender. The blender does make it the consistency to be a little more watery. If you like it a little more chunky, I know my mom prefers it chunky, then you can just use a food processor. I don't have one at this time, so I'm just going to stick to my blender as I usually do, and it works fine for me. Put your onion first, and then you're going to put in your green pepper. This order will help a lot with the consistency of it, because you're going to get all the juice out. You're not going to need any water in this sofrito. I know some people put water in it, but I prefer it to be just 100% pure sofrito. No water, no other ingredient that's going to take the taste away of it. So you're going to put first the onions, then the green peppers, then you're going to put in the garlic cloves, and then you're going to chop the cilantro. We're going to be using about half a cup of cilantro for this specific 8-ounce portion that we're making, and that should be enough. Again, this is all depending on how much you like the taste of it, but you can go with the basic recipe that I have been giving you here, and that should be fine as well for you. Especially if you're a beginner, you've never tasted this before, then I would definitely go with these portions that I am giving you. You do that, you blend it, and once it reaches the consistency that you want it to be, then you can just pour it into a container, and you can store away either in the fridge, or you can put it on your the freezer if you prefer, and just kind of take it out and take pieces out as you go. Depends on how much you use it. I actually never put my sofrito in the freezer because I use it a lot. I use it almost every day, actually. Yeah, we run out of it quickly here. So what I do, I just leave it up on the fridge, and then just kind of take it from there fresh every day that I use it.
But you can also freeze it. I know some people put it in like their ice cube trays as well. You can fill it and cover it nicely, and then just kind of store it, and then just kind of, you can take one out, like one ice cube of sofrito out and pour in your beans or whatever recipe that you're making that day.
Hi guys, I am starting by cleaning my stove. That was a mess after my husband cooked a delicious meal yesterday. So I'm just cleaning it a little bit. I did use this stove range cleaner that I will link below. It was actually very helpful. I mean, when you spray, you can see that all that dirt just kind of go away pretty quickly, and then just kind of wipe it down. Not a lot of scrubbing needed with this specific spray. It is pretty strong. I would recommend using gloves if you have any. For this time I didn't use any because I don't know, I didn't want to, I guess. But I do recommend wearing gloves to protect your hands. You will see me using wipes and also napkins to clean around. I don't know if they just disposable. I use these stainless steel wipes and I found them very helpful. It looks kind of weird at first, very striky, but it does fade away and comes out very nicely. I took all those nubs away. Oh wait, I did take that knife and the napkin to clean on that edge. It worked very nicely, I guess I could say. Yeah, then I took the nubs and cleaned them. So wait for me while I come back from cleaning them. Thanks for waiting. I am back, and then I took him. I do like to spray my cast iron stuff with oil, some type of oil, even butter, to preserve the shininess. Then I use all-purpose cleaner to clean the glass parts. And now let's get started with the beans. I use oil to begin. Then I add a little bit of tomato sauce, whichever brand you prefer, salt, and some black pepper and color seasoning. I will link all these below just so that you know which I use exactly. Then I use that, I don't know what it's called, and then just more seasoner. Then I mix and mix and mix. Let it boil for a little bit just to create a sauce. I did find sofrito, so it's excited. I thought I didn't have any, but my husband bought some. So then I dump it all the beans and mix very well. I don't have any cilantro or any other thing to put in my beans, so I went ahead and found this butternut squash that my mother-in-law sent from Florida all the way up here to Michigan. So I am gonna cut them in little pieces, and the parts that are not, I guess, the ugliest parts, I will cut them from the pumpkin or the squash. Just, I don't know, because I wanted to. So then I dump it all in there, and then I add some water. I do fill it up to halfway. So if I have a small can, I will fill that up halfway. It was pretty tasty. I did taste it there. And then we went ahead and covered it just to kind of let it boil there. And I'm back and checking how it's going. It's still very watery, so I'm gonna let it sit there for a little more. Go work on some other stuff, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's looking better. I'm gonna test the squash and see how it is. It looks like it's cooking, but I'm not too convinced, so I'm gonna let it there just for like 5-10 more minutes to make sure that they're really soft. And I'm back, and these are done. I don't think you can see it very well in the video, but I mean, they're not too thick, not too watery. I'm gonna just leave them like this for now because eventually they will be a little thicker, so you don't want to make them very thick right away, because then when they get colder, they're gonna get more thick.
All right, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something and that you can actually take away something from this video. And I wanted to tell you, if you have any other recipe for sofrito, you can put in the comments down below so that we can all read them and probably include some of those ingredients in our future sofrito recipes. And also, if you did learn something from this video, consider subscribing so that you don't miss any of my